Hello there, fellow math enthusiasts. Today we're going to go ahead and do some review for our test. So a couple of the problems that we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at here. The first one being a midpoint problem. If I tell you that M is the midpoint of AB, keep in mind the first thing that we want to do is we want to mark those two pieces congruent. And if we're marking them congruent, what we see above one of the smaller pieces, we can put above the other small piece. So I've got here 2x plus 8 and 2x plus 8. I can add those together and I'll come up with 7x minus 5. So my equation 2x plus 8 plus 2x plus 8 is equal to 7x minus 5. I'll combine like terms. 2x and 2x will give me 4x. And I'll add the 8. 8 and 8 will give me 16. And that's equal to 7x minus 5. We'll move the 4x to the other side. And we'll see that 16 is equal to 3x minus 5. We'll add the 5. And we'll get that 21 is equal to 3x. Now if I divide by 3, I've got x to be equal to 7. Now the second part, I want to be able to figure out what MB is. Well, if we look up here, we saw that MB was 2x plus 8. So I can take that 7, I can plug it in. 2 times 7 plus 8, well that's 14 and 8, which will give me 22. So MB equal to 22. Take a look at number 2. Again, M is the midpoint. Let's mark those two pieces equal. Since we're marking them equal, we can set them equal. 4x minus 7 equals 12x minus 71. I'm going to move the smaller x over, so I'm going to subtract the 4x. That is a negative 7 is equal to 8x minus 71. And then I'll add the 71, making 64 equal to 8x. If we divide by 8, we've got 8 is equal to x. Now, I want to be able to figure out what AB is equal to. Well, notice that I don't have anything up here for AB. So I'm going to take this 4x minus 7, and I'm going to say 4 times 8 minus 7. That's 32 minus 7, which will give me 25. Now, if it's 25 here, well, since these two pieces are equal, it's also 25 there. So I can say 25 plus 25, which will make AB equal to 50. Now, when it comes to our angle bisector problems, it's the exact same idea. I have for number 3 that BD bisects angle ABC. So I'm going to mark these two angles equal to each other. Measure of angle 1 I'm seeing is 7x plus 31. Measure of angle 2 is 10x plus 25. I've got the two little angles there. They're equal to each other, so I'm going to set them equal. 7x plus 31 equals 10x plus 25. We'll subtract the 7x. I've got 31 is equal to 3x plus 25. We'll subtract the 25, which will make 6 equal to 3x. Dividing by 3 then, I've got that 2 is equal to x. Now, I want to be able to figure out what the measure of angle ABC is. Well, I don't have anything up here for ABC, so I'm going to take that 2 and I'm going to plug it back into one of these angles. That's 7 times 2 plus 31, which will give me 14 and 31, which is 45. Well, if it's 45 degrees here, it is also 45 degrees here. So I can say 45 and 45, I'll add those two together. I'll get that the measure of angle ABC is 90 degrees. Now with number 4, again, BD bisects angle ABC, so I'm going to mark those congruent. Angle 2 is 5x plus 32. And angle ABC, that's the big angle here, that's 13x plus 52. Well, if one of the little angles is 5x plus 32, the other little angle is also going to be 5x plus 32. And then I can go ahead, I can add them up and set them equal to the big one. So 5x plus 32 plus 5x plus 32 is equal to 13x plus 52. I'll combine like terms, 5x and 5x, that's 10x. 32 and 32, that's 64, is equal to 13x plus 52. We'll move the 10x on over, which will give me 64 equal to 3x plus 52. We'll subtract the 52, and we'll get that 12 is equal to 3x. If we divide both sides by 3, well, we'll see then that x is going to be equal to 4. Now I want to figure out what the measure of angle 1 is. The measure of angle 1, I've got that 5x plus 32 in there. That's 5 times 4 plus 32, which will give me 20 plus 32, which will give me 52 degrees. And that's my measure of angle 1. Let's go ahead and let's flip it over. Now with number 5, I want to find the midpoint. Keep in mind our midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We're going to average the x's, so in this case 6 and negative 12, those are both my x's. We'll say 6 plus negative 12 divided by 2. That is negative 6 divided by 2, which will give me a negative 3. And then we'll go ahead, we'll do the same thing with our y's. Negative 3 is a y coordinate, so is negative 5. So negative 3 plus a negative 5 divided by 2. That's negative 8 divided by 2, which is a negative 4. We take the negative 3 and the negative 4, and we write them as an ordered pair. That is the midpoint between the two of them. With number 6, I've got A and B are complementary. And if we remember complementary angles, they add up to 90 degrees. So if they're complementary, I'm going to add them up. 5x plus 52 plus 3x minus 18. And I'm going to set them equal to 90. Combining like terms, that's 5x and 3x, which will give me 8x. 52 and a negative 18 will give me a positive 34. Is equal to 90. I'll subtract the 34, which will make 8x equal to 56. And then if I divide by 8, I'll get x to be equal to 7. With number 7, A and B are supplementary. Supplementary means that they go ahead, they add up to 180 degrees. So we can say 7x minus 31 plus 12x plus 21 is going to equal 180. We'll combine like terms, 7x and 12x, that's 19x. Negative 31 and a positive 21, that's a negative 10. And that's equal to 180. If I go ahead and I add 10 on both sides, I've got 19x to be equal to 190. And then dividing by 19, I've got x to be equal to 10. Now this last one makes use of vertical angles. Vertical angles we know are congruent, so I'm going to mark them congruent. Those two angles there, then 9x plus 24 is going to be equal to the 15x minus 12. I'm going to subtract the 9x, which will make 24 equal to 6x minus 12. I'll add the 12, oops, too far down. I'll add the 12, and I'll get 36 is equal to 6x. We can divide both sides by 6, making 6 equal to x. Now, to figure out what the measure of angle 1 is, I can take the 6 and I'm going to plug it right back in here. I'm going to plug that in to the 9x plus 24. That is 9 times 6 plus 24, which will go ahead and give me 54 plus 24, which is 78 degrees. Now it's 78 degrees here, and I want to find angle 1. Keep in mind that those two angles there, they add up to 180 degrees. So I can say 180 minus 78, and I will see that angle 1 is 102 degrees. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to take out your note sheet. I'd like you to make sure that it's complete. Make sure that each of these concepts are represented on them. And then I'd like you to go ahead and start your homework. Delzati is done for today. I will see you next time in class.